Hello Infinite Magicraid community, Flaery here once more. Today we'll be reviewing echoes and my echoes, what you should be using, what's the best on each type of hero and their subtypes. Let's start it off with Erato. For her, really, you want her signature echo. Now, if you don't have that one, the Bloody Fight one is an amazing one for her. And also from the obtainable, let's say free-to-play echoes, Bloody Fight is the best echo that you can get. Because, well, first of all, it's HP rate based, it's legendary, it can go up to 64% when leveled, and this part is actually applied on your overall health pool, so it's 16% on your overall health pool, so that's a lot. To just demonstrate this, I have Bloody Fight on my Nordic, and this is what you should be doing too. I've seen some recommendations of using what's it called, Strike Armor on him. Well, first of all, Strike Armor can only go up to 48%, I believe, yes, 48%, so you're losing 16% there, and this is applied on the base HP, and then you're losing 16% on your overall HP. So let's see, my Nordic is 1,141,000. Okay, and in battle he obviously has a Hit Grandmaster Aura, so he would gain 27 more on top of the 16. But let's see it. Now it's 2 million. If we remove the Bloody Fight, and I'll show that off as well. Here you can see Strike Armor, obviously less HP. Well, it's not just because of the echo though. Just remove it. So he was at 2 million, and now he is at 1,650,000, and yeah, that's a big difference. A big chunk of HP rate here. Okay, we were on to Erato. Okay, so if you don't have that, her signature, and if you don't have Bloody Fight, then you should probably be using any HP rate legendary echo that you have, maybe, and if not, the best bet you have here is Soul Burning, as well you're gaining some mastery and HP, so that's pretty good here. Nothing else really for her. Okay, in terms of Jingle Bell, you want her signature one, or Gilly's Echo, for example. Yeah, I think that's about it. On Lydia, you want either her signature, although this is better suited for Donald, or Rister's Echo, which is an amazing echo that you should have maxed, and this is usable everywhere in PV, in PvP. It's just an amazing stat boost for your team, really. Actually started working on a second one, and I should probably give this to my Lydia at some point in time. For her, also you could use this, because she's granting attack upon her skill 2, so should gain that stat boost here. It's an alright one. Now, I did mention Gilly's Echo earlier for Jingle Bell, but Gilly's Echo can also be used on Nilua in an attempt to counter Atkins, because if your Nilua acts before your team, say for example they have Lydia or Nazio, or they just go first, Nilua would cast her S4 and then she would gain a bunch of attack, and then she would be higher attack than your primary DPS. Say for example my Jingle Bell is 63,000, Nilua would become like a lot more, like 70 plus, so Atkins would target her, so that's one strategy to counter Atkins. It can be alright for manualing, but in auto it's also fine for 5v5, can win you a game here and there. Obviously if you want to counter Atkins manually, you just play either 2 DPSs where you have one that's your sacrificial goat, that would be with higher attack. And if not, if you're playing a tank team, you just use Hengi and Nordak with her. So Hengi would ally protect, Nordak would grant Hengi immunity. Okay, moving on. Beatrix, her own signature, and then if you don't have that, you do Ghost Protection. Ghost Protection is an amazing echo that you can use on any effect hit unit for PvP. They gain a bunch of effect res, and yeah, it's pretty good. Something else you could probably use on her too is Hofseko. Can be right, because she does apply an attribute debuff, which is speed down on her S2. Popper, Hofseko, best in slot for him. Wukong, if you don't have that, you can do any HP percent really. If you're lacking crit, you could do crit. But I would advise going with HP and focusing HP on your Wukong. And for PvP especially, you want to have effect res, because the damage you have on him would be doing nothing if he CC'd. Really. Okay. Jack and Roll, his signature one. If not, just any HP percent one. Nordak, we already reviewed Nordak, but then again, Bloody Fight or Strike Armor, nothing really beats that. Now obviously you can swap echoes, so when you're pushing with your HP burners, you take that echo and give it to your best HP burner, like Mamelo for example, or Adeline. That's not problematic. For Hengi, you want her own, or if not, you can use, oh actually I had it there, you can use this one, or anything with good effect res, depending on where you're at with your effect res. This one is really good in early game and when you're pushing PV content, because it makes Hengi go really high HP, and that's just good for her. Morkes, her own echo is just too good. This effect is like an additional extra attack on any of the attacks she does. 180% to all enemies. So that's like, I don't know, it's pretty good. I can probably show it off somewhere here. Let's see, can I cut with this? Maybe, let me just use deer. And this is versus Wukong, obviously. Okay, maybe I can't. Or maybe I could. No. Okay, let's find some not so stuck team. Let's do Popper. And I just want to show you Morikis S1. Okay. Look at the AoE it's doing versus Wukong. Just amazing damage. Can we finish them off with S1? No. Okay. Maybe we can. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Lydia, I already told you what you need here. Early game, probably this. Then Rister's Echo, and you can use her own signature if you want to. Bunny, you need her signature Echo Rene, or you could use Freud's Echo, I believe. Is no, not really. Yeah, you need her own. If not, you could just use this one, for example. Victory Sprint, Surter. His own, or any HP percent, really. He has Effector recommended for some unknown reason. He really doesn't need it. Well, it's okay to have Effector in PvP, but he doesn't benefit from it. He doesn't gain anything extra. For Zhongming, I've done Bloody Fight again here, just to boost his damage even more. Yeah. Bring out, just using this one. I think this is an amazing epic echo. Need her own signature one. If not, you just use Chronic Poison. It's the best on her because she doesn't take poison damage and she actually heals from the poison damage. Narrate, depending on what you want to do, you either go HP rate or you give her Health Cycle because she is applying attribute debuffs. BA, nothing great here, not really. It's either Health Cycle or this one. Luna, I mean, when you are playing Luna for some content like the new boss, you would probably do Hengi's Echo on her just for that small increase of damage. Agatha, her own Echo is amazing. If you have Agatha and you have this Echo, you should be building your Agatha and you should be making use of this Echo. And why? Because Agatha is one of the best units for 5v5 for your last teams. She's just amazing combined with BJ because they're essentially both immune to freeze. So let me find a Nazio team to show you, although I've probably frozen them, but still. Not only that, she's immune to Donut and any form of crowd control. So as you can see here, he'll try to freeze me. BJ and Agatha didn't get frozen. And now she goes. And yeah. I could show you her damage versus a tanker team. Let's see it and see her signature echo and what it does. Okay, that was not a good showcase because Panda was immune. But you can see what it did to Genji. Let's see, maybe he has something more tank here. Not really. Okay, let's move on. So Agatha, her own signature. If not, you use the piercing rate one, which would be this one. She's just gaining a bunch of piercing rate and it helps you crit cap her. You should be aiming to do that. Moving on, Atkins, you want effect rest on her, sorry. Her own is just a broken echo. It's really good. If not, just use any other effect rest one. Ether, her own signature is just too good. Nothing beats that, really. Indra, you want to be using this one, as this applies in battle, and this echo gives the most defense out of all echoes, which is funny, and most people don't know this, and they're actually using the Ether or the Chardonnay echo. Ninoa, I'm actually using Rister's echo on her because of the strategy I mentioned earlier, where she would act first and it would just buff my units. I'm using her with Jingle Bell, so Jingle Bell would gain more stats. That's pretty good on her. And also Nilo can do amazing damage versus squishier teams. You can just kill them. Let's see. Maybe I can show it off. Yeah, let's see this one. Maybe she kills Nita. Yeah, as you can see, her damage is pretty good. Okay, moving on. On Nilo, you could really use any like direct damage dealer echo, but I'm using her as a buffer. I also have Combat Vanguard on her, which helped me further with the damage in my cleave. Santa, his own signature. Ghost Protection is also good on him, the one with effect hit and effect rest. If you don't have his own, you should be focusing on getting effect hit as much as possible on him. Freud, his own echo. If not, I would probably recommend going HP rate, because he needs that HP to be able to survive and soak the damage your team is taking, especially in PvP versus an enemy Atkins. If not, he'll just flop in 2 turns of Atkins. Let's see, maybe I can show that off as well. Let's see if he has an Atkins. Okay, he does. Now, obviously I'm playing Deer here, and it further helps me versus Atkins, but you can still see the healing he did. Maybe it's irrelevant here because this is not a great Atkins. Yeah, it's not a good showcase. Maybe I can show you versus my biggest opponent who attacked me today. Let's see where he's using Atkins. Yep, okay, this definitely a good showcase. Freud, as you can see, Freud is taking a lot of damage. Obviously Deer saved me twice here, so that's why I'm using both Freud and Deer. Obviously that's Kraken mode. You should be using Wukong if you don't have Freud. But I just prefer my Era 2 with Wukong. It's just too good of a combination and they synergize well as well. And I'm just beating the Era 2 mirrors. Yeah. That's too stacked of a team for him. That's why he lost the other games. Okay, let's move on. Okay, where we were at. We did Freud, Elsa. I'm actually using her for 5v5, and because she grants consolidation at the start of the battle, she's also granting Glory Shield, which is actually pretty good in PvP. I wish I had more stars on this, but it is what it is. Does it increase the HP restoration? No, so that's fine. Panda, you want his signature or just any effectress one? Now Mamelou, you would be using Bloody Fight on him when you're using Mamelou, but because you're not using the HP burners actively, don't put your best echo on them, there's no point. Put your best echoes on the teams you're using in Classic Arena, Advanced Arena, and in your Dwarven Ruins. And now Mamelou or any other HP burning you'd be using like once or twice per week. You can move those echoes and just remember to move them back. Catherine, you want HP rate on her or this one. Okay, Chardonnay, his own signature is okay, or any HP rate really. He scales off of HP, he gains defense based on his HP, so it's better to go HP. It's just much better to go HP. Little Jack, you can do anything here. His signature, Gilly's Echo, anything really. Nazil, just any effect hit one really. I'm going with the Legend deck with effect hit because I can level it up to give more effect hit if I wanted to. I don't want to right now because I'm okay at where I'm at. Don't look at my stats, they're not there for a specific purpose. Okay, Rister, you want Rister's Echo one, that's just it. Neat, you would want the Echo Nasil I just showed. If not, just any attack percent or effect hit depending on what you're lacking. On the Anmu, you want Santa's Echo. If not, you would just go with the defense one, Divine Barrier, which would give you some defense for the beginning of the battle. So it's kind of okay versus waves. For example, Ronai, you want her signature, but the Ghost Protection one on her is amazing because it does actually give her the extra effectress. So in essence, she would gain an amazing amount of effectress. So because she's gaining equivalent amount of effectress to her effect hit, now with Ghost Protection she would gain, I don't know, the Valos, and I don't have the echo to show you, but I believe it was like 30+%. Okay, so you gain 20% effect hit, so that's like 20% effectress as well, because she gains that. And then you gain 36% more, so that's 56% effectress on your Runai, obviously when maxed, which is amazing. Her signature echo is just good versus Jingle Bell, really, versus any cleave, really, direct damage, at least, because it gives tenacity. and combine that with her passive, and it's pretty good to soak damage and stop it. Origin, just 10 HP percent. Nurch, I really don't know, just defense, really. Okay, not gonna review these ones. Sindhu, you want her signature mostly, really. And Adeline, she's a great candidate for Bloody Fight. Magdi, for example, when you're pushing content with him, like the new poison content, you want to be doing Restore Zek on him, and you want to actually be doing, if you have him exclusive 3, you want to be doing penetration set on him, because he can do an amazing bit of damage. Same goes for Grace, you want penetration and Restore Zek on her. And the same for Lysander, and so on. Okay, Willa, you want her signature mostly. It's a good one. All the new echoes are really just too good. And I think I'll stop right here, not to bore you to death anymore. And if you need help with deciding which echo you should use, you can ask me. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we are rank 1 in Fair Play Arena. I've gotten my Wukong today, so I'm pretty happy with that. It usually takes me until the very last day to get a Wukong, but we got it on our second refresh today. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.